This is a continuation of the last lesson on Introduction to Arrays. Before we get into the for loop, I want to show a couple more arrays. So here we create the variable d and we set that to a new array and we put the number 5 in here. So what this is going to do is it's going to create 5 undefined elements inside this array, and we can loop through that to take a look at them. So here we have a for loop. In the for loop, we are this is how it's structured. It has 3 segments here. Okay, for I is set to 0, as long as I is less than d dot length. So as long as I is less than this array, I plus plus. Okay, this is going to occur after this. Okay, first of all, what does I plus plus mean? I plus plus is the same as, it just means I equals I plus 1. Okay, so it's incrementing I each time this loop goes around. Okay, when we go through a loop, that's called iterating through the loop. So each time this iterates through the loop, after it finishes this command, okay, we're going to increment I by 1, right? So let's take a look at that. Okay, and we have 5 undefined. So we can see, first of all, why do we do less than d dot length? Well, let's think about it. This array has 5 elements in it. Okay, so we want to do it 5 times. For 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, that's 5 times. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times, and this is 5. The length of this is 5. So we only want this to get to 4. Once it gets to 4, it's already done it 5 times. Okay, and we see here we have 5 undefined elements. We can loop through one of our other arrays, simple as this. Okay, and we have 5. We have all our things right there, and this is going to update each time. It's going to check. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 elements in the array. So for I equals 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus. And it's going to go through this 4 times, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, which is just what we want. Let's look at something else. Okay, here I've created an array. Okay, E is set to 1, and after that I'm going to do this. Okay, E and then 9 I'm set to 10. Okay, so what am I doing here? The first thing I'm doing here is, first of all, this E is going to be an array. Why? Because we put this inside the square brackets. So that means E and then bracket 0 bracket. Okay, the first place in the array is going to be set to 1. Alright, and after that I'm doing E, and then this is the, okay, this is the, actually the 10th place, sorry, this is this is the 10th place in the array, and I'm setting this to 10. Okay, because it starts from 0, this is 9, this is the 10th place. Okay, what about all the things in between? And how many elements are in this array? Okay, well, we can check that. We update this to E, and E here, and we can take a look at it. Okay, so we can see what happened was this was set as the first element of array, this number 10 was set as the 10th element of the array, and everything in between was an undefined element. Okay, so the length is 10, 1 here, with 8 undefined elements in the middle. Okay. Lastly, what I want to look at is a multi-dimensional array. Okay, so here we have a multi-dimensional array, or a matrix. Okay, and let's look what's inside here. Okay, so there's three elements of this array. There's this, and there's this. This is the first element in the array, second, and third. Okay, and each of those elements contains another array. The first one is an array of 1, 2, 3, an array of 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, now let's loop through that and see what that looks like. So we're going to change this e to the variable name, which is matrix. Oops. Okay, and what we see here is here's our break. So 1, 2, 3 break, 4, 5, 6 break, and 7, 8, 9 break. And what it's done is it's flattened this array. Okay, it's flattened this. It went through the first one. It saw what's inside it. It's an array. Flatten this, put it, and output it like that, with commas separating separating the elements in this array. Okay, but what if we want to do more with our array? What if we want to have more control over our loop? Okay, so here all we're doing here is we're looping through these first level elements. This one, and this one. We're not looping through the individual elements of the nested array. We're just going through the first one, and then it's flattening this. So I want to show you what a double for loop looks like. Let's take a look at that. Okay, the formatting's a bit messed. Let's fix up the formatting. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so the concept of a double for loop is we're going to loop through these the first 3 elements of the array, and then once we get inside this one, okay, then we're going to loop through each of the ones of the array that's nested inside this first element of the array. Okay, so let's check this out. First of all, let's see how this outputs. Okay, let's comment this one out for now. Okay. Array element 0 contains these ones, this contains these, and the last array element contains these ones. Okay. For row is set to 0, row is less than matrix.length. Okay, matrix.length, this is 3 here. Okay, row plus plus. Okay, so we're incrementing with this value each time. Okay, and this is the first thing we're doing, and then right after that we're writing this out. We're writing array element row contains what? Okay, 0, 1, 2. Okay, now once we get into this first one, okay, then we're not going on to the next one right away. We have to do something in here. Okay, what do we have to do in here? Once we get to this one, we have to do the next for loop, which is nested inside. Okay, for call is set to 0, call is less than matrix row dot length. Okay, so this will be 0 to start off with. Matrix 0 dot length. Well, what's that length? That length is this, which is also 3. Call plus plus. Okay. And then document, write out. What are we writing out? So the first time around it's going to be matrix. This is going to be 0, and this is going to be 0. Matrix 0, 0. Okay, so we can find that here. This is 0, and this is 0 inside there. 1, 2. Okay, and we get just like that. So this might be a little bit hard to understand in the beginning, but just look closely at it, at what's going on in it, and I'll just try to explain one more time what's happening here. So in this first loop, this first for part, it's coming to here, and then we're writing out this line. Okay, now before this jumps to the next part, it has to do the things that we told it to here. Okay, which is go through this one, this one, this one. When it's done that, then it can go to this one, and then it has to do this, 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 and then finally the last one, this, this, this. And once it's done all of those, then it can jump out of the loop and go to the end. Okay, I'm sure in the next tutorial we'll talk more about arrays, so I'll see you there.